When I look back on it, right, say 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I always believed I had something bigger in me. And, you know, when I look back on it, I'm like, yeah, this is exactly where I'm meant to be. This is exactly where I'm meant to be.
This is the man right now who's looking for perfection.
But he wants his gold more than anybody on this course right now.
Hungry like the wolf.
Such amazing bike handling ability.
He is a crowd favorite. I am talking about the Australian, the one, the only, Logan Martin.
I just love the way, you know, BMX makes me feel, the way ending every session makes me feel. I feel, I guess, a sense of pride after I've like had a good session, or every day I've always got to overcome fear. I've always got like a crazy adrenaline rush, and I guess like surviving the session is a great feeling at the end of the session. I believe I've always been very competitive. Once I started riding BMX professionally, the way I wanted to go was the competition path. Just having that pressure, having the challenges was all very interesting to me, and I wanted that. And yeah, I think if I wasn't a very competitive person, I wouldn't be where I am at all.
With a couple of rookies taking medals and breaking the chains.
My family was always very supportive in whichever direction I wanted to go. So when I was younger, I played rugby league. So I started off playing rugby league when I was about 6, all the way up until I started going down to the skate park. And then the skate park sort of took over, and my parents were very, very supportive of that. They understood that I wanted to ride a bike more than I wanted to play football. So they were always very supportive. When I was about 16, I met my friend Kyle Baldock, and he's a couple years older than me, and he was a lot better than me as well at the time, and I became good mates with Kyle, and it was like everyone from the outside and stuff would watch Kyle ride and be like this he's the guy. And I think when I became good friends with him, that gave me the understanding that I could do it as well. I had the guidance there, and if I really just focused on the right path, then I could do it as well. So around 16, 17 when I met Kyle Baldock, and I had the right sort of guidance. My first pro event was in Paris of 2012. It wasn't a skate park event, it was just a mini ramp event, and I won that event. So that sort of set me up for 2013. That's sort of when my career kick-started, where I focused on, right, I'm going to go to more events this year and start traveling more and try and make it on the scene. So after winning the event in 2012, it really gave me a confidence boost, like maybe I could actually do this, maybe I can actually do well on the scene. And I went to Feast Montpellier in 2013, and I won the event. And that was just that was the best thing ever, because that was such a big event. All the world-class riders were there, everyone was there, in front of the biggest crowd, all over the internet and live streamed and stuff, and I won that event. It was like, all right, here we go. Like I can keep doing this. It obviously comes with a lot of hard work, but it's 70 or 80% mindset. You have to be really strong-minded, especially to be doing it at the top for a long time. Mindset plays a big part of it. I believe I am where I am because of a strong mindset. There's talented people, and then there's hard-working talented people, right? So I believe I have a little bit of talent, but my hard work far outweighs the talent. And I like to live by a quote: "Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard." And I took it in, from an early age, I believe, and just wanted to work hard and outwork the talented people. Over so many years, I've just stayed dedicated to doing my best every day. Not just for a 3-month period and then I'll mellow out and then I'll get back into it. It's every single day I've focused on staying dedicated, doing my best. Whether I have someone to ride with when I'm riding my bike, or whether I'm not, I'll still go there and just do the job that needs to be done. because I want to stay dedicated to doing my best every day. I think if you stay dedicated to working hard, then the results are going to show in anything in life. I think the most challenging thing for BMX is having to face injuries. And when you do get injured and you have those setbacks, you've got weeks, months of being injured, not being able to ride, not being able to do what you love is very challenging mentally. So as long as you understand that injuries do come with the sport, come with the profession, then it makes it a little bit easier on that journey to recovery. My last major injury, I guess, was in 2018, where I messed up some ligaments in my ankle. It came at the worst time for me. I had won the World Championships in 2017, which was the first one. 2 weeks before I was meant to fly out, I did ligaments in my ankle, went and got scans, saw the doctors and stuff, and they said you've done a lot of damage. You can't go to this event, and that was heartbreaking. That was extremely challenging to just not travel. Like, everything was already booked, all the flights and everything were booked. I was ready to go, and then this injury happened, and it's definitely mentally challenging to stay positive through that time. I wanted to go to that event so bad, and the thought of being injured before the event didn't even come into my mind, and then it just happened. So it was something that I had to deal with, sit back and watch, and that's a challenging time going through injuries. No, it's difficult getting through losses at events. If you've done the work back home, you go to an event feeling good, and you slip up and you don't do as well as you want. That's challenging for the next few days to sort of try and understand why those things happen. If I slip up, or if I don't do as well as I want, I'm like, how do I better myself? What do I need to do? Once I feel like finishing my session, go for an extra half an hour or do the extra work. And I find every little detail where I can try and do better so that doesn't happen again. And I've been doing this professionally for 8 years, and for the most part, I've done well at the events, and I've tried to keep that consistent. No matter what event it is, how big, how small, I always try and do my best to end up on the podium. And I'm content with on the podium, but obviously I love first place.
From Australia, Logan Martin!
When I'm at an event, it's a totally different mindset to when I'm practicing at home. A big part of doing well at an event is being in the zone, being in that mindset. And when I'm at an event and I'm zoned in to doing my run, everything around me doesn't even come into play. The crowd, the music. I'm present in the moment, but I'm so in my own mind that I'm that focused and that zoned in that nothing else around me really matters. Double gold at X Games has been done 2 other times. Kyle Baldock, he did it in 2013. Ryan Nyquist did it in early 2000s. So it's a very rare thing, and throughout my X Games years, I've done double silver in the same weekend. I got a silver and a gold in the same weekend. The next thing that makes sense is to get double gold. On the 4th year of X Games that I went to, I got 2 gold medals in the same day, and it had only been done by 2 other people.
Best day ever?
Oh my God. Well, my son being born is the best day ever, but this is a tight second. I really set out to get the double gold this year, and I conquered it, and man, it's a good feeling.
Logan Martin, ladies and gentlemen.
I first found out that BMX was going to be an Olympic sport. I was actually at another event over in Croatia, and one of my friends there got word that they announced we were going to the Olympics, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, that was my main goal. Once I heard we were going to the Olympics, I'm like, I want to get to the Olympics. And I really just set out on that mission and focused on every event that was going to help me get to the Olympics. I was like calculated in, all right, this is how I'm getting to the Olympics, and this is what I've got to do to get there. I didn't know I was going to the Olympics until 6 weeks before the Olympics happened. So 2021 comes around, we're still, our qualification hadn't ended. The last event that was meant to happen got cancelled because of COVID. and then our qualifying period got paused. So it was like they could have another event, they could not have another event, and it's like maybe the middle of April they said, all right, in the first week of June there's going to be a world championship. It's going to be the last qualifying event for the Olympics, and I was stoked. Like I was like, yes, there's going to be another event. It's a world championship, one of the biggest events. I'm excited to travel again, and I was excited. And then I get to the World Championships, I do well at that. I won the World Championships, so that was the second time winning the World Championship. And then they announced like, all right, you're on the team. And I'm like, awesome, let's go. I had 2 weeks in hotel quarantine, and then once I got out of quarantine, it's like go time. I have 4 weeks to get ready. There was one moment throughout the week where I just finished practice. I was on the bus going back to the athlete village, and I was the only person on the bus, and I got the tingles, I got like butterflies, like all these crazy emotions inside me, and I'm sitting on the bus by myself just thinking like, man, I can do it. When I was in that moment, it was so like, it was crazy to me. It was so special, and I was like, in that moment, I was on the podium with the gold medal, and I'm like, and then once that thought ended, I'm like, I can literally do this. It was crazy. So I'm the first freestyle BMX Olympic gold medalist, which is crazy. It was a special thing just to be there as one of the first athletes to represent freestyle BMX, and then to now be the first ever gold medalist for freestyle BMX blows my mind. I personally just want to be remembered as a hardworking athlete, and my results over the years have showed that I've stayed consistent to the hard work. I never really wanted anything without the hard work, and hard work does come with success. And I guess I want to be remembered as a hardworking athlete.
So, what are you excited for in the future?
I'm excited to see my kids grow up happy. I work so hard now to set not only myself up in the future, but my family as well, and to see them grow up in a good environment, and have a happy life is what I'm excited for in the future. Everyone asks me like, oh, does Noah understand what you've just done, or what I've done for the sport, or what I've done in my career? It's like, no, he doesn't understand that yet, but he's going to grow up, and this is just going to be normal for him. If he watches this back in 20 years, and I hope that he's proud of me, proud of my accomplishments, and I think I just want to show him that hard work pays off, and anything in life you have to work hard towards, and that's what I'll try and instill in him growing up is, if you want something, you have to work for it. And I think that, it comes with anything in life is, if you want something, you got to work hard at it.